PHP can perform a wide range of calculations, from simple arithmetic to trigonometry. In this lesson, I'm going to concentrate on basic calculations using arithmetic operators. The first two operators, plus for addition and minus for subtraction, should be instantly recognizable, and they work exactly the same as when you first learned them in school. Multiplication and division also work exactly as you would expect, but keyboard limitations result in slightly different symbols being used. The multiplication symbol is represented by an asterisk, and a forward slash is used for the division symbol. The last three arithmetic operators, modulo division, increment and decrement, need explaining. First, modulo division. When you divide one number by another, you normally get what's known as the quotient. For example, 5 divided by 2 produces 2.5. The modulo operator, on the other hand, finds the remainder of the division of one number by another. For example, 5 divided by 2 doesn't produce a whole number. The result is 2 and 1 left over. So 5 modulo 2 produces that remainder of 1. Modulo division by 60 is useful for converting times measured in seconds into minutes and seconds, or minutes into hours and minutes. Another use of modulo division is to find out whether a number is odd or even. When divided by 2, an even number leaves no remainder. So if modulo 2 produces 0, you know the number's even. The increment and decrement operators can come either before or after the variable, and they work in different ways depending on their position. This is best illustrated through an example. Let's say you have a variable called number that's initialized to 5. If you put the increment operator before the variable, the value is immediately increased by 1. So number becomes 6 before being multiplied by 2, and the result is 12. However, if you put the increment operator after the variable, the main calculation is executed first before increasing its value. So result is still 12, because number is still 6 when it's multiplied by 2, and only after the calculation is it increased to 7. The decrement operator works the same way, except that it decreases the value by 1 rather than increasing it. Understanding how the increment and decrement operators work can be difficult, so I've created this page, Calculations PHP, to demonstrate the sequence. The PHP code is embedded in HTML on the left, and you can see the result here in the browser. So we start off with number being initialized at 5. Then the increment operator is put in front of the variable, so number is increased to 6 before being multiplied by 2. The result is 12, and the number is 6. In this case, the increment operator is after the variable, so number is still 6 when it's multiplied by 2, and the result is 12. But after the calculation, number is increased to 7. So the next line uses the decrement operator and puts it after the variable. So what happens is that number is multiplied by 2, and then it's decreased by 1. So the result is 14. It's 7 by 2 is 14. And number is now 6. And in the final line, the decrement operator goes before the variable, so number is reduced to 5, then multiplied by 2, so the result is 10. The sequence of events is important, but it can be a bit of a mind-bender, so I suggest that you study that at leisure. Finally, let's take a quick look at the combined assignment operators, which are a shorthand way of performing a calculation on a variable and reassigning the result to the same variable. They consist of the standard arithmetic operators for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulo division, all followed immediately by an equals sign. For example, a plus equals b is the same as a equals a plus b. This shorthand looks odd if you haven't encountered it in other programming languages, but it's widely used and saves a lot of typing. Anything which saves typing is well worthwhile learning. So to summarize, calculations in PHP follow exactly the same rules as standard arithmetic, although slightly different symbols are used for multiplication and division. Modulo division produces the remainder of the division of two numbers, and the increment and decrement operators behave differently depending on whether they come before or after the variable.